what's next on 13 ABC Action News.
A semi-rollover is causing a snarl on southbound 75. A live report is coming up.
Breaking developments on the Riviera Maya apartment complex. A live look there from the scene as even more families are displaced this afternoon.
And no snow here at 13 ABC, but definitely chilly. Some still dealing with flurries and a winter weather advisory in effect. Now the wind becomes a concern.
Toledo's only hour-long new newscast begins in just 30 seconds.
Live from WTVG Toledo, this is 13 ABC Action News.
We begin with breaking news about a rollover on I-75. This is in the southbound lanes near I-280 and LaGrange. Emergency crews are confirming that a tanker has rolled over.
13 ABC's Nicole Langley is live on the scene with the breaking details. Nicole?
And this call came in around 10:30 this morning when police say a semi rolled over on southbound I-75. You can clearly see it here behind me. This is near I-280, and police tell us that the driver was going from northbound 280, that ramp there, to 75 south. The driver was going too fast, and that's when he lost control. Now, the driver was injured, was taken to the local hospital, but police say he is expected to be okay. Now, we see a lot of crews out here, including a hazmat response team. We're also told the EPA was out here. And this is due to some diesel that was spilled out of the semi here. And they're collecting it in almost like what looks like a kiddie pool over by the truck there. Now, this isn't a major concern, but we are told that the truck was carrying coke. Now, that's COKA or COKE. That's not the type that you drink. It's actually a byproduct of coal, which is not a danger to anything. It's not a very flammable material, but it will be some time before crews can right this semi here on 75 South. So you may want to consider an alternate route, maybe take Detroit all the way down, because traffic is backed up right here near 280 due to this rollover semi. We'll be out here all for the entire hour monitoring any changes, but like I said, it should be here for quite some time because the wrecker hasn't even gotten on scene. Reporting live in Toledo, Nicole Langley, 13 ABC Action News.
And some other traffic tie-ups in downtown Toledo this afternoon as well. You're taking a look at the Martin Luther King Jr. drawbridge. It's actually stuck in the up position right now. According to the city of Toledo, there is a power failure that caused the bridge to get stuck. These are live pictures coming from the downtown Toledo live action cam. Traffic is blocked on Cherry Street from downtown to East Toledo. And if you may remember, the Anthony Wayne Bridge is also closed right now due to construction. So you will need to use the Craig Bridge or I-280 to get across the Maumee River near the downtown area. There's still no timeline when that drawbridge power situation will be fixed.
And some more breaking news, this time out of downtown Detroit, where DTE is reporting widespread power outages that started about 10:30 this morning. ABC affiliate WXYZ says city and county buildings as well as the airport are all without power. In fact, some people are stuck in elevators right now, and the people mover is also shut down. City Hall is being evacuated. Detroit City schools, a number of them are dismissing early. In fact, 87 schools have been impacted by this outage. We'll keep you posted as we get more developments throughout the afternoon.
We are turning now to another breaking news story this afternoon. 13 ABC has just learned that more people will be displaced from their homes at the Riviera Maya apartments.
Let's get right to 13 ABC's Sean Hegarty with these new developments on this ongoing I-Team investigation. Sean.
This was a huge surprise to residents today. They were expecting the inspections, and all that information was supposed to go to a judge on Friday, and the judge would make the final decision. But today, the decision was made on 9 buildings, and now 26 families are looking for new homes. This is one of the buildings that was condemned today, 4870 Overland. Building inspection from the city of Toledo came out and looked at the electrical, and they deemed the electrical was not up to code, so they made these homes uninhabitable. They deemed them uninhabitable, so people need to leave immediately. That is 9 buildings that have been condemned today. That brings the total number of condemned buildings to 17 in the last few months, and an 18th one had to be shut down because of electrical issues. City of Toledo inspectors are still here. We've seen them walking through the complex in the last hour or so. What they're doing is trying to gather even more information so that that information can go to the judge on Friday. But again, 9 buildings have been condemned because of electrical issues. That means 26 families now need to find some other place to live, and they're being told they need to leave immediately. So you've seen a lot of families starting to pack up, and a lot of these people that we've talked with said that they already made plans to move, and now they're trying to fight for their security deposits, and that is up in the air if they will get them. We'll have a full report on what else is happening in the complex and where these families go from here tonight on Action News beginning at 6. But for now, reporting live, Sean Hegarty, 13 ABC Action News.
And from there, we go to today's Auto Beat. Automakers releasing their November auto sales throughout the day. And here's a few of those first numbers to be released.
Chrysler says sales last month rose 20%. Experts are attributing that increase to the Black Friday promos they had going on and the falling gas prices. Chrysler sold nearly 171,000 vehicles, posting its best November on record in 13 years.
And perhaps the bigger story in this area, Jeep. The company posted its best November sales ever, seeing an increase of 27% last month.
And Cherokee sales topped 15,000 in November, which represents a 67% increase over the same time last year. Wrangler showed a 16% increase from November of 2013, selling nearly 13,600 vehicles.
And Ford sales dropped 2%, thanks mostly to a big dip in truck sales. The highly anticipated new F-150 didn't arrive in dealerships until the very end of the month, so those sales didn't really figure in here. In addition, sales of the current F-150 dropped 10% because that older inventory is now dwindling.
As for General Motors, sales rose 6% last month with the sale of 226,000 vehicles. Also, the Buick and GMC increases made up for a drop in sales for the Cadillac.
We are following several crime and safety alerts for you this afternoon. University of Toledo police say that thousands of dollars worth of bovine serum were stolen from a school lab late last month. According to a university police report, someone took 9 bottles of a fetal bovine serum. Each bottle is worth about $400. There are no cameras in that lab, so at this point, researchers have started to lock the refrigerators and the freezers. Researchers say they even had to buy more serum because without it, they would lose some valuable research they've been working on. And at this point, investigators do not know why someone would steal those bottles.
The East Toledo mother convicted of murdering her own daughter says her case was mishandled. Toddler Elena Steinfurth was missing for months before her remains were found in her mother's boyfriend's garage. Her mother, Angela Steinfurth, was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. Recently, Steinfurth sent several letters from her prison cell, one of them to Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine. Steinfurth says she was not given all of the evidence in the case before she agreed to take a plea deal. But the prosecutors say regardless of her claims, it is too late for her to file any appeal.
Just into our newsroom, a man accused of stabbing a 21-year-old to death in Toledo has pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter charges. Police say Tyler Garn stabbed Aaron Hummer on the 3600 block of Alameda earlier this month. Garn will be sentenced next month.
From there, let's turn our attention to the forecast. Depending upon where you live this morning, you probably started to see some of the flakes flying out there.
We knew it was coming. It's just a matter of getting adjusted from what we saw on Sunday. We've got meteorologist Ben Cathy. He's got the weather and the weather for us on this Tuesday. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, it's still cloudy out here at 13 ABC headquarters at Dorr and Richards. And by the way, this Friday, the Hope for the Holidays toy drive taking place just around the other side of the building. So we hope you can donate. Also, I want to thank our friends at Toledo Botanical Garden for these new trees out here. Let's take a quick check of radar right now. Still a winter weather advisory for a few select people out in the southeast. Flurries still along the lakeshore, but that's really about it. We dodged them for most of the Glass City, but not for the southwest metro. Out to Viper we go. Again, the big concern is the southern half of the state for freezing rain. Forecast today, it's going to take a while, but 36 is the high. That is all I can give you for today. Clearing skies for tonight for a very quick period, then clouds roll in. When the clouds do roll in, gusty winds become the big concern, and we'll talk more about that coming up in the full forecast in just a few minutes.
We are turning to a developing story we've been tracking since late last night. U.S. Senator Rob Portman says he will not run for president in 2016. Portman says he wants to spend time in the Senate, where he believes he can be more effective as a senator. Portman says with the new Republican majority in Congress, he sees a big opportunity to break up the gridlock in Washington.
I'm hopeful that with a Republican Congress now focused on this positive pro-growth agenda to try to increase jobs but also paychecks, the president will work with us. And if he does, I think we can get some things done. And that will help Ohio a lot. So that's what encourages me to stay here over the next couple of years. I think running a presidential race, while you're in the Senate, it's very tough. It's tough to be effective. But I believe that there's going to be an opportunity here to get some things done.
Senator Portman has been a contender for the White House since 2012 when he was considered a running mate for Mitt Romney.
Suspended Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson will square off against the NFL this afternoon. The league is set to hold a hearing about how Peterson should be punished for using a tree branch to discipline his son. The league suspended Peterson without pay for at least the remainder of the 2014 season, but Peterson says the league's strengthened sanctions for domestic abuse shouldn't have any effect on him because his supposed crime happened before the new rules were put into place.
University of Michigan football coach, that is, Brady Hoke, is reportedly set to meet with the school's interim athletic director this afternoon. Still no specifics about what the meeting will cover, but calls for Hoke to be dismissed have gotten louder. The Wolverines just 5-7 this year, not to mention a third straight loss this past weekend to arch rival The Ohio State University. Hoke also dealt with a lot of backlash following a game earlier this year when a quarterback took a hard hit but was allowed to continue playing. We will keep you posted as soon as we learn more. We will have live reports from Ann Arbor later today on Action News.
And coming up, emergency crews are still on the scene of a crash on I-75.
13 ABC's Nicole Langley is there. She will have a live report in just minutes.
And happening right now, the FDA is considering lifting a controversial ban on certain blood donors.
This is 13 ABC Action News with Sasha Bray and Christina Williams. Now, 13 ABC First Warning Weather with meteorologist Ben Cathy.
Well, the good news is we've had the coldest air all week long, and it just happened to come for this morning. 19 degrees the low temperature, and it hasn't warmed up a lot. That's kind of the bad news. Actually cooled down a couple of degrees over the past hour officially at Toledo Express. And out to our radar we go, live Doppler 13,000 HD, and we have focused it not far from Oregon, where it's located, over some very light snow showers, now progressing over Kelly's Island, Port Clinton, and just east on the Turnpike, not too far from Woodville and out to points to the east south of Reno Beach, right over the Bono Curve too. Either way, not particularly heavy, but as you'll see in just a few seconds, a winter weather advisory still in effect. I want to take you outside right now, look at the Tarna Tower live action cam. I want to make it clear, not focus where the wreck that Nicole Langley is reporting on is, but at least on this part of 475 and 75 split, traffic going smoothly. Overcast skies, and you know, sometimes it just looks cold. And this is one of those cases, at least to me, gray skies and a little bit of mist at the top of the screen, but most of the Glass City itself avoided that light snowfall. There is a wind chill to the air, a little bit of a bite, and there's also, again, a winter weather advisory through early this afternoon for 4 of our counties. Down there, you'll find 27 Upper Sandusky, 31 in Port Clinton. Wind chills right now, feeling like 22 degrees. So if you're going out for your lunch break from the office, bundle up. And the kids are very bundled up this morning too because it's so chilly. But as I said, a very average week, mostly quiet and no major weather makers apart from what we saw this morning. Most of that, though, staying to the south. Later on today, if you do head on the Turnpike out to the east, you will run into some icy patches. That's the big concern for the winter weather advisory to the south and east of the area. Clouds take a break late this afternoon. We will get, let's hope at least, a pocket or two of sunshine, but for the most part, clouds roll back in for tonight, and after midnight, gusts become the big concerns. Again, nothing like we had at the start of last work week. No damaging gusts, but 35-mile-an-hour gusts are possible again early tomorrow morning. Here is early tomorrow morning, or at least it will be very quickly. The lime green, the neon color, rushing in out of the Irish Hills on the back edge of a very weak cold front. So since we're already cool, it's not going to do too much damage as far as temperatures go, but the wind will be the big focus going ahead for tonight. 36 degrees for today. Let's assume this is what it's going to look like later on today. We haven't had any pockets of sun yet, but I'm confident we'll see a little bit before the day is over. 31 for tonight, clouds building back in, and that's why we level off. And then right about average for tomorrow, 40 degrees. So 7-day forecast with hope for the holidays right there in the middle on day 4 Friday. Chance of rainfall for the weekend, 40 and sunshine on Sunday. But you know, it was cold this morning, but nothing as bad as it could have been. The record low, Sasha and Christina, 11 below zero.
So compared to that, smooth sailing.
It's all perspective.
All right, thanks so much, Ben. We want to get back to that rollover on I-75 we first talked about here at the top of our newscast. It's in the southbound lanes of 75 near I-280 in LaGrange.
13 ABC's Nicole Langley. She is live on the scene with the breaking details with your time saver traffic.
Well, since we last came on air, two things have happened. The hazmat team has left, and the wrecker has now gotten on scene here. They're still in the process of cleaning up some of that diesel that spilled. There's throwing some sand out there and collecting everything in that yellow receptacle you see underneath the semi there. Now, what happened? The driver, we're told, was going too fast over on northbound side of 280 to the 75 ramp. So they're most likely going to do some guardrail repair here because the driver essentially skimmed the guardrail and then tipped over here on, well, just south of that ramp. The driver did go to the hospital, but police say they're expected to be okay. Southbound I-75, that is down to one lane right now. And what I'm noticing is every once in a while they have to close all the lanes to kind of get all this equipment in and out, and that's also delaying traffic as far back as, let's say, Ottawa River Road. So you may want to consider an alternate route, maybe take Detroit, maybe take Stickney, but it's going to be a little bit before they clean up this entire scene here, which happened around 10:30 in the morning. Reporting live in Toledo, Nicole Langley, 13 ABC Action News.
And a few more details into our newsroom about that mass power outage in downtown Detroit happening right now. 13 ABC has checked in with officials at Detroit Metro Airport. They say and confirm to us that they are not experiencing any issues linked to this outage. So if you've got a flight out of Detroit Metro, or maybe one that's arriving, this is an update for you. Detroit Metro Airport is not affected. We also learned that all Detroit public schools are dismissing early today. ABC affiliate WXYZ is saying that power crews there are saying a major cable failure caused the outage on the downtown grid. Repair crews have figured out where the problem is, and they are working to restore that electricity as quickly as possible.
Well, back here closer to home, it's a project that has been in the works for months.
And this afternoon, we have an update on construction for the Perrysburg Costco.
Plus, Black Friday was a bit of a bummer for retailers. How did Cyber Monday pan out? We have some of the early estimates on the sales and how you can still score a deal. 12:20 in today's Your Money Report. Internet sales are booming after Cyber Monday. Many experts say this will turn out to be the biggest online shopping day of the year. The average online order yesterday, about $131, which is the same as years past. But the number of transactions is up, and turns out people are buying more items per order. Experts say it's not just Cyber Monday, though, anymore. Now companies are cashing in, offering the online deals all week long. The FBI is warning U.S. businesses that hackers are using malicious software to launch a destructive cyber attack. The FBI sent out a 5-page confidential warning to businesses late yesterday. In the report, they outlined technical details about this malware, and they're asking companies to be on the lookout for anything suspicious. This comes after a massive data breach just last week at Sony Pictures Entertainment. Costco is moving quickly on building its 150,000 square foot store in Perrysburg. Here's video from a few months ago when things were just getting started, but they've made some major headway. The Perrysburg Planning and Zoning Director tells our media partner The Blade the siding on the building is up. In fact, the building is there at this point. He also says roof work should begin this week. They expect to have the entire building enclosed before Christmas. Still no word yet, though, when Costco will officially open for business.
In your health news, a new federal report released today says hospitals are preventing more infections, drug mistakes, and bed sores overall. The review found that there was a 17% decline in those preventable hospital complications between 2010 and 2013. Researchers say this is likely due to increased technical help, public reporting of errors, and also the threat of financial penalties. Happening right now, the Food and Drug Administration is considering lifting a 30-year ban prohibiting gay men from donating blood. Advisors for the FDA are set to meet and talk about this proposal. The ban was enacted more than 30 years ago during the AIDS epidemic. The FDA is hearing recommendations from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Well, a local Newton nursing student just watched her dreams come true on national television.
It is a tale about a young woman coming into her own. Details on what's hot coming up next. If you are doing a little holiday shopping this week, maybe you could pick up a toy for those in need.
That's because we are in the middle of the Hope for the Holidays toy drive here at 13 ABC.
We are teaming up with the Salvation Army, Vito's Pizza, Galantakis Boys & Alton Schaefer, Brooks Insurance, Dave White Chevrolet and Acura, and Jim White Toyota.
The drive runs through December 19th, and among the places you can donate, the 13 ABC studios right here at the corner of Dorr and Richards. Here's a live look at our lobby. It is packed with everything from bikes to stuffed animals, even Barbies, you name it. It is out there, but we still need your help. Our big drive-through bash is this Friday. It starts at 5 o'clock in the morning and runs until 6:30 at night. Log on to 13abc.com for more information.
And now we're taking a look at what's hot on the web this afternoon. Did you catch the Rachel Ray show earlier today? It featured a local college student who got to fulfill a lifelong dream. Lourdes nursing student Courtney Gilliland, what do you say, Gilliland? Was invited to the show to meet Broadway icon Kristen Chenoweth. Look at that. Surprised her. Had no idea she was going to be there. The 18-year-old says she was always too shy to sing in public until she fell in love with musical theater and the musical Wicked in particular. She saw Chenoweth on Broadway in Wicked 8 times. But you can see there she was happy to meet her in person.
Very cool. A county official in Pennsylvania was fired after he went on vacation without approving paychecks for about 1,200 government workers. Here's the thing. It happened on Black Friday. The man says the whole thing was an accident, but a lot of workers were angry because some of them racked up overdraft fees over the holiday because of it.
A group called Amazon Anonymous is asking people not to shop on Amazon.com this holiday season, and so far some 12,000 people have pledged not to do that. One estimate says this could cost Amazon $4.2 million in sales. The group started due to reports that the retailer is mistreating its workforce and paying them below the living wage in the UK. The group is also critical of the effect that Amazon has on local business.
The fight over daylight saving time is heating up in Colorado. A couple has started a petition to stop the time changes. They say they want to stay on Mountain Daylight Time year-round. Basically, here's their argument. They say it's been too tough to keep readjusting their children. They have 3 of them. And they also feel that the time changes with them coming twice a year. If they're not there, they believe it'll also help the businesses. The couple needs more than 86,000 signatures in order to put that issue on the ballot come November of 2016.
A number of big celebrities stepped in for U2 frontman Bono for a concert in honor of World AIDS Day in Times Square last night. The concert was billed U2 -1. Of course, as you know, Bono is recovering from a 5-hour surgery after he had several injuries when he fell off a bike. So some pretty huge names stepped in. Bruce Springsteen was there. Chris Martin was there. Carrie Underwood was singing. Kanye West was there too. Bank of America presented this free concert and said it would donate $3 million to the organization. It's the Red Organization for AIDS Awareness. Well, 13 ABC Action News continues here in just a moment.
Here's what's next on 13 ABC Action News at 12:30.
Only one lane of traffic is open on I-75 after a semi rolled over. Details ahead.
And a chilly start to the afternoon with overcast skies. Will the rest of the week see improvement?
And on Ask the Expert, we are talking diet and fitness trends today with Rebecca Rainier. You can give her a call right now, 419-534-3863.
Those are just some of the stories we are working on for the next half hour.
Much more is straight ahead on Toledo's only hour-long noon news on 13 ABC.